Good morning, guys, from beautiful Colorado. There's not a cloud in the sky. Today's Friday with Frary, brought to you in my own backyard. You know, I'm getting ready for a trip to London, and it's not just any trip to London. It's really kind of got me deeply reflecting on that moment where all the different threads in your life kind of become interwoven and come together. A lot of times when we look at our life, it's a bunch of disparate experiences, kind of all different, and we're not sure how they're going to come together. But this is one of those moments where, and bear with me here as I kind of tell you the story, but this is one of those moments here where all those threads weave together, and you pray and you pray and you pray that there's going to be that moment in your life where you're going to see why you're doing what you're doing and what God's plan is and how it's all going to come together. But you know, I look at this trip to London, and it's not just any old trip to London. I'm actually a delegate for the state of Colorado to represent entrepreneurship and tech and innovation and entrepreneurship. So going all the way back to high school, because I just joined my high school, my Rampart High School alumni group. What up, Rams? Going all the way back to high school, I think about DECA, where I used to do entrepreneurship and compete in business competitions. Fast forward, college, I was studying international business and entrepreneurship, and I was sparked by entrepreneurship in the entrepreneurship class. Moving forward, fast forward a bit to my first job out of college, and I'm going to tell you how this all weaves together. I went to work for eBags for John Nordmark. What's up, John? And then I went to work for DriveOff.com, which was Andrea Pearson. And the reason I'm mentioning specifically those two people and who I worked for is because in going to London on an international business trip in entrepreneurship, I have the privilege of going with John Nordmark, with Andrea Pearson, who I started my career with. And then fast forward a bit to Thunderbird. I studied global entrepreneurship, global business, and brands. Fast forward a bit more, I started a bunch of companies. Fast forward a bit more, I really tried to make an impression on digital marketing and innovation in digital marketing. And here we are, many years later, 20 years later, and all the threads are weaving together. Oh, go back to my childhood. I used to live in England. And all these things are coming together where I get to represent the great, amazing state of Colorado. I get to be a steward of entrepreneurship. I get to talk about tech. I get to go back to England where I went to school. I get to be there with several of my mentors, John Nordmark, Andrea Pearson. And it just all sort of comes together as I pray, please, God, show me the way. Show me how this is all going to come together. And then as a cherry on top, 1 year ago, we tried to take a company public on the London Stock Exchange called Performatrix, and that was going to be a group of companies coming together. And guess what? Coming up this next week, I'm actually going to tour the London Stock Exchange. So it's amazing how sometimes we just don't know, what do all of these things in our life mean? How are they all going to come together? And I feel like then there's that moment in life where you're accepting, you're open, and those little threads just start to weave together nicely into the greater plan. Even if we didn't plan exactly for the end point, at least we were a steward along the way of those threads and kept it going. But anyway, I guess I just wanted to encourage everybody on this Friday to keep all of those little threads in your life going, those things that keep you charged up. Stay open to the opportunities that are out there before you, and keep cultivating the positive threads in your life. Let go of those little negative threads, and hopefully they come together for you and I think big things are ahead. So anyway, happy Friday with Frary. Please watch me as we're sponsored by British Airways, eBags, Colorado Technology Association, the British government, the Colorado government, and watch us as we embark tomorrow. We leave DIA at 5 p.m. and we head off to London Tech Week. And I'm sure you'll see quite a few posts from me there. And I'll see you there. Anyway, take care. Have a great Friday. And I'll probably see you tomorrow as I head out to London with this delegate group.